Hey guys, it's Abby and welcome back to my channel. So for today, quick update. So I'm using a new lens. I hope it's pretty good. I got like a pancake lens, so it's easier to film stuff and it's quite lightweight and heavy. So speaking of cameras, today I'm gonna talk about this thing. This is a disposable film camera. I've been using it since, well, I've been using disposable film cameras since 2014, like 4 years ago, but I've been using it now regularly because I'm traveling, and a lot of people have asked me how to use this device, so I thought I'd share a vlog on how I use it, why I use it, and some technical stuff that you need to know. So first of all, I first saw a disposable film camera when I was in Chiang Mai. No, in Penang. When I was traveling with Trissy, we went on a backpacking trip and we started to take photos there. But when I had the photos developed, I didn't ask them to put it in a CD or a USB, so I don't have the digital file, so I can't show you some stuff. But I really liked taking this around because it takes a while for it to develop and you have to finish the whole roll, so you'll be able to have it developed and eventually see the prints that you're coming up with. So some of the basic features of this camera is it's actually pretty lightweight. It comes in a lot of brands. I use Fuji all the time. This is Fuji, but there's also Kodak and other brands that you can find. There's, I think, also Lomography's, the disposable cameras. Basic features is there is this lens, this fixed lens. You have a viewfinder here. Gosh, I'm so bad at technical stuff. And then you have the winder here. So every time you take a photo, you have to wind the film so that it will reset and it will load the next shot. And then you have the shutter button here. And there's also like this hole where you can put a strap or something, but I don't have a strap. And this thing here where you put up, it's for the flash. So if you want to take photos with flash, which I highly suggest for indoor, you can use this. So why do I like using it? I've really been into film photography for a while, but I couldn't really commit on something as big as like an SLR film camera or a point and shoot, which I hope to do more soon and really like invest on one. So I thought that this would be the easiest way to get into film photography. And I like the effect of the grain and how nostalgic it looks. Like film photos are more soft versus, you know, when I edit stuff on my photo apps, I always use like film style edits because I find it very nostalgic and I like the whole feel of this. Yeah, because I did mention I'm a very analog person. So I'm gonna talk about some of the random photos that I took. Usually I take a camera with me every time I travel, so I've brought a disposable camera to most of my trips. Japan, La Union. I also went to Busan with it, and I did take a lot of photos, mostly experimental. Like sometimes I would take the photo, like I'd use my camera and look for a reflection and see if it makes sense. And then sometimes I ask people to take it for me, especially when I want photos of myself. Mostly I take it outdoors because what I noticed is when it's outdoors, by the way, the ISO for this, see, I'm bad at this technical stuff, is fixed. That means that's how much light comes in. So it's more practical if you shoot outside. If you want to shoot inside, I suggest opening the flash, because what happened was when I had it developed, the photos that I had indoors of me like eating, it's kind of dark. It's very dark. And I guess over time I really learned how to develop my skill and my eye on what to capture. Like I have a camera, which I'm using right now. I have my phone, and I have this, and I also have my Instax printer. But I just find that when I shoot stuff with my film camera, I have specific subjects that I like taking. So usually it's the beach, train view, or a bus view. Sometimes it's people taking photos of me. Like I think I did 2 of those. And most subjects like skylines, outdoor stuff, random things that you wouldn't expect to find in a city or wherever I visit, because these are things that you don't really think of shooting, but you just do. And I like the spontaneity of it, especially when I have it developed and realize, oh, I didn't know I took this photo, or I forgot about it. And I think, you know, it's a really nice hobby to get into because right now we're all swamped in the whole world of digital, and this one is just a great way to get back to analog and see the beauty of just having it and taking pictures. And also, it's been easier now to have it developed. I'm actually in New York, but people have asked me where I have my camera developed. So basically, the reason why this is a disposable film camera is you will dispose the camera unit because they're going to break the exterior. There's no like, I think they're gonna crack it open to get the film out and have it developed. So I have mine developed actually in Manila in Wonder Photoshop. It's owned by Fuji. And what I do is I ask them to burn it in a CD or in a USB and then have it scanned high res there so I can upload the photos and share it on Instagram or wherever. So I used to have it printed, but the thing about printed is when you print it out and you scan it, the quality is not as good, and some of the photos that I had printed were actually like black because sometimes the film doesn't read, so it's not as practical. And I don't know where to have it developed elsewhere, but mostly in every country I'd like to think there are a lot of places to have them developed. And where to get this camera, I also believe it's available already in Manila in some specialty stores, but generally I get mine in Japan, Singapore, and here in New York there are like drugstores that have it, and mostly everywhere. It's nice because you would always see this in souvenir shops, and mostly it's just like displayed on the wall, no one really cares, but that's where I actually first saw it, and I was like, could buy this. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's like more or less like 400 pesos or like $10 or less. And again, it's not really just, you know, buying the unit and like doing it. It's more of the experience of it. My personal experience is like I really enjoy taking this camera out. Or sometimes like during my trips, I schedule a specific day that I bring this camera around and take photos, and I find it very satisfying. I mean, this is not, sorry for the weird sound. I do drawing most of the time, but this is another way of seeing things and another way of documenting. So if I were you, I'd suggest getting started and trying it out. So if you have more questions about disposable film, because everyone's been asking me this since maybe last year when I started blogging about this, let me know in the comments below. I'll try to answer your questions, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!